This is how a regional law firm replaced their cold leads with warm ones, and they cut their ad spend by 50%. If you're a business like this, then stick to the end and I'll show you how you can do it for yourself. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to actually go through this case study and learn together and see how this firm literally reduced their ad spend by 50%. Okay. Apologies, trying to multitask and speak at the same time. So now we can share the screen. Let's go. So quick recap here. It's a law firm based in Birmingham, UK. 22 people on the team. Okay. They're a trusted law firm, been conveyancing for 19 years. Most of their clients come through referrals, Google ads, and it's costing them about £4,800 a month in those ad spends. Okay. Problem was simple. People searching for solicitors online had zero trust and always compared on price, which is very common in these service-based industries. The founding partner, Rachel, was tired of competing with fees with firms that had half her team's experience. Okay, she wanted clients who arrived already believing in them. So here's the first thing: if you're wanting to have like warm leads and people believing in you from the start, then it's pretty obvious that you would need to have some kind of audience. Okay, you're gonna need to have some type of like presence and authority in this space, so when people do come in, they're like, okay, I already know that firm. All right, and that's what the founding partner wanted, which you, for your business or your department, what you're in charge of, you also might want that. Okay, so we can see here 4,800 monthly ad spend was cut to 1,200. That was a 3.1x increase in inbound inquiries. Revenue attributed to YouTube leads, and I'll show you how you can do that with some software. Okay, and 71% leads who cited video before calling. Now that's a really, really important metric. 71% of those leads already saw a YouTube video. Okay, because this is what we're talking about, YouTube enterprises. This is the new situation that a lot of businesses are starting to get onto. Okay, 71% of those leads knew about the firm through a video, which is what we're trying to achieve for you. Okay, so what they did, they published a bi-weekly series called Ask a Solicitor. Pretty simple, answering the exact questions people Google before hiring a lawyer. No jargon, no sales pitch, just straight answers. This is a really, really useful format, if you will, because if you can already think like what the client is going to ask for ahead of time, then you can kind of reverse engineer it and just give them the thing that they're asking for. There's no point letting them go to FAQ, just answer it in a video. And I say to clients all the time, like, okay, can that be trimmed down? Do you have to, have this paragraph of text? Could that be said in a soundbite? Could it be said in a video? Okay. They created a What to Expect series, walking prospects through every stage of conveyancing, divorce, proceedings, probate. And what this does is it reduces the fear of the unknown that stops people making contact. So again, clients sometimes they feel a way, to ask certain questions because they might feel like they're asking a silly question and no one wants to feel silly. Okay. So this What to Expect series is pretty good, and you can apply this to your business for wherever it is, right? It's like, what should you expect from our business? Okay, this is what we serve, this is what we offer, and this is what you should expect, right? Now, Rachel personally fronted every video. Her calm, confident delivery, but exactly the trust that a cold Google ad could never do. Okay, so because we get bombarded with so many advertisements today online, it's very difficult to come across on an ad and just immediately cut through. People are in different positions, right? People are scrolling, they're not asking to see the ad, so they just see it and they're like, oh, let me check this out. So it's only going to resonate in the mind of the client, the customer, if they have that pain point that is there at that particular time. Okay, if they're feeling that pain, they're like, oh, I really need to solve this problem in my life, and this ad just came around, then they might say, I'm not going to take action. But for the most part, they need to see at least 7 hours worth of content from you and your brand before they even think about making a buying decision. Okay, so having warm leads and content that's going out there for you is very, very powerful. Okay, now she was able to cut through having that, that unique touch, that human touch. No AI chatbots, right? Everyone's leaning into that, and I'll do future videos on why I don't think that is the best way for customer support, and all of these things. Okay. And each video ended with a single call to action: book a free 50-minute call, no pressure, no commitment. So they're probably going to offer that in, an advertisement anyway, because they're paying for it. So they want to have a clear, concise CTA. But doing it in a YouTube video is just a much better way of connecting with that person. Okay, they don't feel pressured. It's like, hey, look, book a call, the link's in the description. Just like how I do. I'm like, links in the description, see you next one. You don't have to be like, bombarding them with the CTA. Just let them know where it's at and keep it moving. Okay, now the results. Now this is where it gets tricky, so get your pen, get your pad out, take these notes. So monthly inbound inquiries before YouTube was 18. Okay, 12 months in, the inbound inquiries was then 56. The Google ad spend we broke down was £4,800. In 12 months, or 12 months in, sorry, it was down to £1,200. So they were still spending on ads, but it wasn't spending as much. The lead quality score internally, and I'm going to do more videos on this, because if you actually program your setup and set it up in a way that you're doing lead generation, you want to actually be scoring those leads. So before any of your team members actually speak to them, you have a good idea of how good this lead is before you've even spoke. And I don't hear a lot of YouTube enterprise or enterprise people talking about that before they get the lead. Usually people start talking about it after, but I'll show you how you can do that before. Then 12 months in, it was 8.6 out of 10. Okay, so they went from 4.8 as in quality of the lead, how qualified they were, how likely were they to do business with you. It actually went up to 8.6, which is very good. The consultation to instruction rate, before it was 29%. 12 months in, 61%. Keeping in mind here, you're a business owner, you're a COO, you're a manager, whatever, right? This is 12 months in. So in the past, when I've worked with clients, the thing that is hard to really wrap your head around is that if you're just starting these things from scratch, you have no digital systems, lead gen, pipeline systems, API token systems, ad systems. I'm throwing out all these technical jargon to you, but I'm just saying that if you don't have all these things in place already, then the learning curve is actually going to be a lot longer, right? A lot further out, a longer time horizon, mainly because you just don't have them in place. So 12 months in, that's when this law firm started to see the results, okay? It might happen before. Happy days if it does, especially if you're running ads. However, just to set up systems, to build the systems, all of these things take time, okay? And the average client lifetime value, the LTV, before YouTube, it was 2,200, and they actually increased that to 3,400, okay? Which is decent. So the breakthrough moment, 7 months in, a video titled "What Your Solicitor Won't Tell You About Conveyancing" reached 41,000 views organically and ranked on page 1 of Google, which is like jackpot, right, for your content. And it also says it generated 23 inquiries in 30 days. Now, before their monthly inbound inquiries was 18, this one video generated 23 direct inquiries in 30 days. That's a good return on that one video. And 11 converted to full instructions, total production costs, 1 afternoon, and a decent ring light. So if you think about the equipment, okay, a lot of the times, especially businesses who don't make, creative, they don't make content, they don't make videos, podcasts, stuff like that, and they're thinking about this like, hey, I just know law, right? I don't know how to make videos and edit and do all this stuff. Cool. But the cost of a ring light isn't that expensive. You could get a light on TikTok for £10, which will give you excellent lighting, and you probably already have a nice office setup anyway, so you can take advantage of that, right? So you don't have to get so bombarded and downtrodden, whatever, with all of the things that you don't know. The best thing is just to keep it simple, right? Just keep it simple. And that total production cost, 1 afternoon and a ring light for 23 leads, okay? And if we now say that those 23 leads, 3,400, that's $78,000, pounds in lifetime value from those leads. That's really, really good. One video, £78,000. Imagine if this was your law firm and you did one video and it brought in £78,000 worth of business. You in 30 days, you're probably gonna get, good attention from your superiors, or if you're the boss and the founding partner, you're gonna be like, hey, this is great, guys. We need to do more of it, you know? Or someone might bring that idea to you, and then you're like, you know what, I actually saw a video on this, and this law firm in Birmingham had some really great results after 12 months in, and yeah, 78,000 from one video. That's what's possible with YouTube. Okay. Now the bottom line here is that his company Sterling and Co. Attribute £340,000 in new client revenue to YouTube over 12 months, while cutting their paid ad spend by 75%. Now Rachel spends 1 day a month on video content. And I will just say this: these results are quite possible when you have the right systems. And they are possible if you obviously be consistent with it. And if you also just think, okay, this might take me some time, but I know it's important for me to do it over a period of time. That's how you're actually going to be able to measure the results that you get from doing YouTube. Okay. Now, a lot of the time you're going to see videos where people, they're going to talk about what you can do with YouTube. They're going to talk about all of these different things that will give you some kind of return. But the fact of the matter is, YouTube just takes time. I have to remind myself that all the time. Right? I have channels where I've had lots of viral success very quickly, and that really is not good for your mental, because you then want that result every time. And the truth of the matter is, it just doesn't work like that. Okay? You iterate, you do a bunch of videos, you get no views. You iterate, do a bunch of videos, get no views. And you keep doing this, you improve something each time, do another video, improve something, change the thumbnail, change the title. You do all of these things, but it takes time before one takes off. And once one takes off, you actually have some good data back, and okay, that worked, let's do that again, right? It's very, very simple, but a lot of the times we overcomplicate it. I have tools and things that I offer my clients and people on their teams, like, hey, if you're in the writing department, this is a tool for you. If you're in the sales department, this is a tool for you. But these tools are specific for specific people in specific roles. You see in this case study here that just by implementing some simple strategies for YouTube and taking what they do in their business but converting it into video format can really yield some really, really great results. So as I said at the beginning of the video, if you're a business who wants to use YouTube and leverage it for your enterprise, then make sure you click the link in the description and schedule a demo, because I could show you my software first party, which is built for YouTube enterprises, and I'll show you how you can get results like this. Thanks for watching.